Greetings. A shout out to Michael in Düsseldorf and Mazzy in Seattle. Regarding that, great. I love your latest video, guys. Really, really good stuff. Just the point that stuck out to me immediately was I've always I suffer from a sort of an ear thing. I have superb hearing. It's too good in that I'm almost like a dog, you know, like with sibilants, for instance. I can't do it because all my teeth are falling out, but it's always driven me insane. It's like a dentist drill going through my brain when I hear that. You know, if I was in the train and a woman had particularly bad sibilants, you know, she'd be going, "Oh, silly me, I had to get up and get out of that carriage." Just drives me crazy. There's an actual medical term. I can't remember the name of it, but I think Brian Wilson had it. It's intolerable at times. So yeah, sibilants. Getting off track. I only have two albums that I can think of. Does that drive you nuts? Huh? Do you like that? The sound of crackling plastic. It's wrapped in plastic. This is a gorgeously stunning reissue from over 10 years ago. Beautiful textured. This is one of my low res vids. Sorry about that, but I'm in a hurry. I've got a lot of things to do. But I just wanted to do it while I thought about it. Yeah, it doesn't look very good on this on here, I'm afraid, but it is beautifully presented. Judy Sill on Four Men with Beards. Four Men with Beards. Beautiful, heavyweight, probably 180 gram. San Francisco. Or just to piss Mazzy off, San Fran. Hey Maz, if you see this, did you know that San Francisco was, a lot of the old town was built by Australians? A lot of Americans came out here for our gold rush in the 1860s. I'm out here in an area which was a gold rush at that time. And then a lot of people went over to the US gold rush, which happened around about the same time, slightly later. One of them. And a lot of the Australians went over there, and when the gold rush petered out, they built a lot of the tenement type, old fashioned tenements down near the water. I've never been to San Francisco, but yeah, it's true. A lot of them were destroyed in the 1905 earthquake. Anyway, that's getting off subject. I love getting off subject. I love getting off. I can't do sibilants anymore. I want me two front teeth. I got one. It's made of plastic. Four Men with Beards. With me, it makes five. Even this. God damn it! I would have my breakfast. My coffee's got to kick in. My coffee. Forgot to sip my cup of coffee. Yeah, it even comes in a beautiful heavyweight. Anyway, I'm getting off track. This was very disappointing the minute I put it on. I have the other Judy Sill one as well, another one from the same company. It's not a problem, but on this one, there's not every single S on it is annoyingly sibilant, but there are times where it really pops out. I believe it's just in the pressing for whatever reason. I mean, Mazzy said it can be an out of alignment with the cartridge. Now, yeah, of course it can, but then if that was the case, everything that had prominent, S's on record would be sibilant. It wouldn't be just one. It'd be all of them. So the only two I can think of, now that was one of the last records, LPs I ever bought before I moved out here into the country, because I can't afford the postage on albums out here. But I bought that, would have been, over 10 years, about 12 years ago. And it's a great record, but I never listened to it because it's just got that, you're just waiting for that, and it's a dead quiet record, but there's just something about that one. I've never heard any other version of that, so as they say, I cannot. But yeah, it's noticeable sibilance. It's off. There's something off about it, which is a pity because it's a beautifully presented. This is one of the first albums I ever bought. The first Rolling Stones album, probably my first 3 albums I ever bought. Well over 55 years ago. Beautiful Aussie mono decker, my original, in absolutely superb condition. Except it's got sibilance, and it's always had sibilance, always. I didn't notice it when I was 14 years old because I only had a little, like a toy record player with sapphire stylus. Now, no, the sapphire stylus would not have caused the sibilance because all my other Stones records from that time and other albums from that time don't have it. It's just, and this is not a particularly good recording. This is just a 2-track, if that, recording. So it's not as if it's a high end recordings where you would notice things like that because it's not a muddy mix, but it's a noisy mix. But there's pronounced sibilance on this one, and I only really noticed it for the first time was because when I had my original record player, you wouldn't have heard it because it just wasn't a quality record player. I mean, it was a standard, HMV portable, which was pretty good for the time, But the thing is, I never really noticed it until I played it decades later, just out of interest on my sort of reasonable hi-fi system. And I went, oh my God, it's got sibilance. I never noticed it before. So they're the only 2 I can think of in my collection. So just that sibilance thing, yeah. I think when that happens, either the whole run they did in the pressing plant was a bum batch. I don't see how one, or possibly, maybe. No, I won't get into that. I don't know. I don't understand the ins and outs of a pressing plant, but you would think that maybe it was just the first couple they pressed, they wasn't hot enough, cold enough, whatever. Anyway, getting off track. Just trying to say thank you for that very interesting video. And I was joking, Mazzy, about audio files and audio files, and you actually. Here's me going, ha ha, how corny, what a corny joke. And the next thing you respond saying, oh, you actually had 3 Audis. So, man, that is very strange, very odd. And as I said in the comments, in case you missed them, I know you're not keen on, you got, what is it, that something where you jumble your words up or something, whatever that is. Yeah, with a name like Mazzy, you should be collecting Mazdas. Okay, guys, catch you later.